It is a great day to be here and hang out with y'all. Hi, and welcome to the Blaze Conference. Casey, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me. What a pleasure to come back and spin the block again. For anyone who doesn't know me, I am Akea Collins, and I am the founder and owner of Opulent Branding. And today, I have the honor not only being here again, but I have the day, this time to be here on day one and open this thing up with a bang. So I hope y'all ready to get lit. I hope y'all know that I'm going to set the mood and the standard for this operation today. So let's get it banging and booming. So I have the pleasure of doing a talk today with you guys about vision, intentions, and manifestation. And the cool thing about this is we're going to really talk about what this is for us and what we're going to do. So let's get into it. So the first one on the list is vision. The definition is a noun, and it also means it's the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. And for people who don't know, let's get into what that means and what that stands for. The vision is about your goals for the future and how you will get there. The mission is about where you are now and why you exist. A vision statement is an inspirational statement of an idealistic, emotional future of a company, a group, or a person. It can ground you and give you some, existential impact on the world. It is a clear way to answer your why of life. And it gives you the reason for your actions, your choices, your hopes, and your desires. When you think about everything that you do in your daily activities, are you doing it with purpose? Do you have meaning behind them? Like, what's the why? Why do you get up? Why did you envision this? Why do you want to be exactly what you envision, right? And the cool thing about it, right, if you look into Webster defines this as an act or power of anticipating which will or may to come. So when you think about what you want to be, your personal brand, your family, what you desire your family to be, how do you define your vision? What does that mean for you? So when you ask Akea what her vision is to be one of the top entrepreneurs in the world. I want to be a household name. That is what I envision. That is what I pray about daily. And the cool thing about it is it's giving me a glimpse over my life. It's allowing me to make goals. It's allowing me to set the standard on how to make them reality, right? So ensure that when you're setting your vision standards, you take those things into account, because if you don't align your vision with purpose and meaning, it might just be an imagination, right? We don't want to be imaginary. We want to be real. We definitely want to be real. So, in my opinion, in order to understand where we want our lives to be, we must have a clear vision over our life, no matter what the obstacle may be. Vision chooses our friends. Vision chooses how we spend our time, how we create habits, how do we build habits, how do we foster relationships, how we build our brand, how we envision the world to see our brand, right? So it's very, very, very important that your vision clarifies the purpose in your life. And it makes so many things simplistic, right? And it makes so much impact when you actually have a clear, concise vision on what you want. Because there's nothing wrong with imagining. There's that whole fake it till you make it thing. It's not for me. I'm a visionary. So I dream very big. I have a multitude of dreams all the time. But for me, getting clear on my vision was very necessary for me to push to the next level of my entrepreneurial journey. Very important. It's mandatory that we make a clear standpoint for our vision. And you also use that vision to take control of the decisions that you make in your life. When you have a vision and you know that you want it and you go and grab it, you get to map out exactly what you desire it to be. So don't waste it, right? Take that vision. If you see next to me, I have my vision board. I map out everything, right? And I think it's important because when we see it as a vision, it allows us to hone in on it and zone in and create paths and write down, how we're going to do it. Write down what it costs, write down how much time it takes, write down who's involved. And that's why I gave you those top 3 things: your friends, how we spend, creating those habits so we can see our vision through. It is so important. So for anybody watching, pull out that pen and paper and let's really get clear on those visions, because some of us have some amazing visions. But when we don't write them down, we don't get clear and concise on what it looks like, what it is, how can we ever truly formulate what we need it to be? So make sure you take it seriously. If you have a vision and you want it to come true and you want to see it through and you seek the end of it, please take it serious. Write it down, take a picture, jot it down, pull out that note in your phone, type it in there, and do what you need to do to make it come clear. Because if you got to put your glasses on to see, that's fine too. Make sure you take the time and see it through. Once you understand your vision, it clarifies your purpose. Your life will become so simplistic and more meaningful. It's so important to have vision and purpose because at this point we get to control and make decisions, but we ultimately will use that to create the lifestyle that we desire. It's very important. Make sure you write it down. Don't skip out on your vision because it literally can be the roadmap to your next journey, right? Like write it out, map it out. Number 2, intention. My favorite word. I love intentions. I love to be intentional. Last year when I created the vision board, it was the theme for last year was moving with intentions. When you create intentions, it provides accountability and allows you to take control over personal choices in life. So if you go back and piggyback what we just discussed in visions, now you see where I'm going. So let's get into intentions. Intentions by definition is a thing intended, an aim or plan. And in conjunction with all of that, it's to move with purpose, objective, goals, and intent. What does that mean? Akea, what are you talking about? Moving with intentions, baby. When you set an intention in place, it gives you accountability. It gives you the control to make choices, to make decisions, and create a path. But it's about being proactive in your life. By purposely choosing how you want to live, when you set intentions, you actually have created control over everything that's going to take place. Whether it's in business, whether it's with your family, whether it's with a job, creating a network, making a car purchase, something that's simple, right? You never know when you go into a dealership with the intention that you want this and this is all you want, and you know you got your offer letter, your pre-approval, you made an intentional decision that you knew that this was going to take place. You took control of the deal. No salesperson can get over on you. And now you know that you've done it with purpose. You made accountability. You didn't allow anyone else to own that process. You did, right? So that's an intentional movement. Another intention is being an entrepreneur. The day you decided that, hey, I don't want to work for anyone anymore, or hey, I feel like I can service this pain point with my clientele. I want to sell this product. You provided intention, like, hey, I'm going to do this. And you started becoming accountable for what you owned. So make sure that you take control of that process because it's yours. Once you own it and you move with intention, it's yours, right? The key thing, if you don't set an intention, you let the day determine your mood rather than taking control and determining how you want the day to be. Get up with great intentions. No matter what's going on, I don't care if it's raining cats and dogs, as my grandmother used to say. If in your mind it's a sunny day and you put that intention in your mind that it's a sunny day, it's going to be a sunny day. Regardless to who's trying to rain on your parade, whether it's cat, dogs, or Mother Nature, it's going to be a rainy day as far as I'm concerned, because that's what I intentionally put into my mindset. It's going to go that way, and that's all I know. I don't care if I'm soaking wet when I get out that car. It's still a sunny day because I intentionally put that in my mindset, and I'm holding it into an accountability factor that that's what I believe. I'm owning it, and that's all I know. So if we put it simply, right, an intention is the aim or purpose, something you plan to do or achieve. You're paying attention to your intentions, and that when you do that, the things that can happen, right? When you move with intention and purpose and you're accountable for what you do, oh my God, what a day to be alive, right? Like, oh my gosh, when I move with purpose in my business, when I set out and create the standard, you guys, I'm powerful. I'm so powerful. I am beyond my wildest dreams because when my mind is set, I placed accountability into my purpose and my passion. Y'all, I can't be stopped. Nobody can stop me when I'm moving with intention. That's why the mood of the year is intentional. I move with consistency and intentions. Like that's how I operate because I want the greater part of what I have to offer to be showcased. So please set those intentions and set them high, but high enough that you can achieve them, not roll over them, right? We want to make sure that we step with grace and intention. I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I'm, intention setting, it's just empowering, right? Like I just feel so empowered. I feel like I'm on cloud 10. I'm past cloud 9 when I'm intentional setting, like I'm ready. The benefits of setting intentions, it's beyond like just wishing on a star, right? Like it's on beyond meditating and manifesting and praying. It's like, how do I set the proper intentions for me? Like, how do I clear the foundation, right? Like, how do I set the standard of what it is? So let's jump into it. For me, how I set my intentions, I state what my intentions are going to be. Number 2, I definitely have to get clear. Number 3, I insert the intention to stay positive. I will not build an intention that has any type of negative notions that can be negotiated. It's none of that. Make sure you set positive intentions. Number 4, keep them simple. Sometimes we overcomplicate our intentions and then we feel overwhelmed. We don't want to feel overwhelmed when we're setting our intentions, not at all, not in the least. Make sure it's simple. Keep it simple, keep it sweet. And number 5, shift any limiting beliefs. Don't let anything project negativity into your intentions or anyone. Stay exactly within the confinements of your intentions and follow those 5 steps. So number 1, state your intentions. Number 2, be clear. Number 3, make your intentions positive. Number 4, keep your intentions simple. And number 5, shift all limiting beliefs. We're here to stay positive. We're here to make a movement, and we're here to move with intentional purpose, right? So it said, not believing you can achieve your intention is a great barrier to achieving your set intentions. Instead, reframe your mindset to match your desire with your beliefs. And your intentions will just implore positivity all over the world, right? Pave your path, create them, make them obtainable, and just keep goal setting. Create 30-day intentions, 15-day intentions, weekly intentions, monthly, yearly. Set them to be obtainable. Don't bombard yourself with them, right? Because sometimes we also have to learn what that intention means. Create them so they're obtainable. Like, let's not wear ourselves out with these intentions. Let's move with, the greatest intent that we can, kick them out of the water and get 100% on each intention that we set forward, right? And don't believe there aren't bumps in the roads. There are, because sometimes we have to go back and reevaluate our intentions. And not because anything negative happened, but we grew during this process. We are also spinning the block and becoming a better person. You're transitioning a 180. So take your time. It's okay if you have to come back and revisit them and tweak them. There's nothing wrong with that. And number 3, topic of the day, manifestation, right? Manifestation. By definition, it's an event, an action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. So if you wrap all that up, right, into layman's terms, manifestation generally means using our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs to bring something to our physical reality. So depending on where you come from in the world, you can either manifest or you can pray, right? It just depends on where you come from and whether you're giving it to the universe or you're giving it to God, right? That's the comparison depending on what word you prefer. I use them both. I like to mix it up and rap it, right? And I like to mix it up, little rap music coming through. But when you really think about what we've just discussed, right? We've discussed visions and intentions. Well, all that comes into play, and now it's ready for us to put that into the universe. It's ready for us to pray to God, right? Whichever one you do. So this is how you take those things and you're going to pull them back into play so you can actually take your vision, push them into intentions, and then push them out to your universe or your world or your God so they can come true. So how to manifest, how to pray, how to give it to God, how to give it to the universe so it can come full circle for you, right? Start by getting clear about what you want to manifest And is this what I really want to be happy and fulfilled with? So does it work for you? How is it going to work? When you ask for God or the universe to bring it back to you, what does it look like? Get very clear, get very concise, and get intentional with what you ask for. That's rule number one. Get intentional. When you get intentional with what you're asking for during the manifestation process, it becomes real clear. That vision just came to life, right? Real clear. Set intentions so your vision can come clear. Number two, the next question. How exactly will this improve my life? So we had this vision, we're ready to move with intention, and now we're looking for it to manifest into something great. Well, now we need to write down the steps of how we're going to get to it. How's it going to work? What does it look like? Plan it out, map it out. It's very important during this entire process of vision, intention, and manifesting that you know the end game. If you don't know the end game, that doesn't help. So learn in this process to actually work backwards. So if the intention is to make 100 sales, okay, the number is 100 sales. What do you have to do within that 100 sales to get to the end game? Whether that's email marketing, word of mouth, going live, going to vendor events, selling it to family members, or how do I become a better person? So if the end game to improve your life is to become a better person, work backwards. What do I need to do to get to the end game? Self-help books, conferences, church, prayer, doing whatever you have to do to get there. Self-help books, whatever it takes, right? Third question. When I think about this, does it feel right to me? Never let anyone or anything push you to a space where you're not comfortable with the decisions that you're making during the process. And don't allow anyone to project their fear into you. So everything that you need to do it for you, do it for your business, do it for your process. If it does not feel right, go back and look at the vision, map out the steps to intention, and see, is that what you want, or do you need to go back and spin the block and revisit it? Because sometimes we have to tweak things. Sometimes we wanted something and we didn't kind of all the way push it through, and we might have to just go back and fix it. I do it all the time. I get excited about an idea. I throw it on paper. I'm like, wait, I don't do that. I don't want to do that. Like, oh, wait, let me go back and fix it. This, this is not a service I would like to offer. I tried it. I deep dived it. It doesn't work. We'll come back to it. And number 4, the most important one. Will this do any harm to myself and others? I'm a big proponent of making sure that we treat ourselves with respect and anyone in our network. So we want to respect the entire process. During our vision setting and our intentional push, we don't want to hurt ourselves or anyone mentally, physically, or emotionally. We're not here to tear anyone else down. We are here to work within our vision, move with intention, and manifest it to the world once we feel that we have conquered that, that skill set. So do me one solid. Please don't hurt anyone. We don't need any stunt doubles or anything while we're doing this. So please, please, please make sure that you do that. Take the time, assess your situation, risk management for anybody. Make a risk management assumption like, hey, will this hurt anyone? Will this hurt me? Will this turn me into something that I don't want to be? Will this stress me? Will this drain me? We don't want anyone distressing this process. So please do not hurt yourself or anyone else in that matter, right? But in all seriousness, take it seriously. Take a step, take a deep breath back, and assess what's going on to make sure that everything that you're working on is coming out with the positive version of you and the product or service that it's reflecting, whether it be personal branding, a product that we sell, a relationship that we're fostering. Like, we don't want to hurt anyone in this process of growing and glowing. We don't want to do that. We want to come out with clear skin and all that good stuff, right? So in all, let's wrap all this good stuff up, because I really want you guys to feel me when I say this part. According to the law of attraction, and if you don't know what the law of attraction is, I'm going to definitely give you the game. You attract what you're sending out. So if we're talking about vision, intention, and manifestation, if you speak positivity into the world, it will come back, right? Law of attraction. If I say I want a 750 credit score, That's what I'm going to get. I'm going to put that into the atmosphere, to the universe and to God, and I'm going to come back, do the research, and spend the block to ensure that I attract that positive vibe of my 750 credit score, 800, 850, whatever you desire. If I say I will run a successful business, that's what I mean. I'm going to put that into the atmosphere, and I'm going to bring it back in, cultivate it, curate it, and dish it back out to the world. Everything that we speak positivity in, it grows. We are now planting the seeds, and we want to see the fruit of that labor, grow and develop. So make sure that everything that you're taking your seeds and you're sowing, we want positive growth. Be sure to implement law of attraction in your life. Everything you do, speak it with purpose, speak it with a clear vision, intention, and manifest the process, right? It doesn't get any cleaner than that. So if you want to attract more, make sure you raise your vibration through goal setting, vision setting, intentional setting, manifesting that, and use those signals to continuously send out to the universe and to the world. When you fine tune that process and you put it into the world that you desire it and you want to receive it, you will start seeing signs. When you pray, when you manifest, all those things start spinning the block and coming back, especially when you're doing everything to curate that culture for yourself, right? So make sure that you speak that into, and speak it into the world, speak it into the universe, speak with positivity, and walk with positivity, right? Law of attraction is a big deal to me, and I heavily believe in it, right? So I'm gonna leave you guys with these top 5 things. Be patient with your visions, your intentions, and your manifestations. It does not happen overnight. Some might happen in the next hour, some might happen in the next year, because we're now framing it so we can be prepared for it, right? Number 2, visualize yourself. So really take in that vision, how you're going to move it with intention, and how you're going to start manifesting that so you can generate a great enthusiasm about what you're doing. Number 3, take all necessary actions to support your vision, intentions, and manifesting. Take it seriously, because people won't respect it if you don't, right? Make sure you move it with positivity. And number 4, I'm big for this one. Celebrate the small successes. Do not feel that you have to keep them to yourself, but celebrate the small wins, because when we celebrate those small wins and everything that we're doing, it changes how we feel about what we're doing. It creates just a glow about you, and it's a big deal. I don't care if you sold 1 package today. You better tell us, you better shout it from the mountaintops, because I know I did yesterday. I sold my first ebook. And I've been sitting on the ebooks for a year with a little bit of imposter syndrome, mixed in. But now I grew it, I blossomed that, and I finally was able to cut that rose off the vine and share it with the world. So now I have a dozen roses, right? Create the small success. Celebrate it. Don't hide it. Y'all better tell somebody, because I know I will. Make sure, and if you want to share it with me, inbox me. I'm going to celebrate that with you, because it's a big deal. And number 5, be flexible with how you manifest, right? Sometimes we can manifest too early. Sometimes we can not put enough effort into it. Make sure that when we look at that vision and those intentions and how we're going to manifest them, be flexible. Because remember, the universe and God will present them when we're ready. So don't get frustrated when what you ask for doesn't come. I asked for a lot of things. Sometimes I got to wait a month. Sometimes I got to wait a year. I wrote the ebooks a year ago. It took me a year to put them out, and now they're selling, right? I manifested. I wanted to be a writer, but I had to take time. I had to get prepared. I had to envision it. I had to move it with intention. I manifested it, and now I'm doing everything, and I've gotten what I needed out of the process. So for everyone here, remember, key components: take your time, be patient, and be flexible. So I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll with the Blaze Conference for this summer. You guys, make sure you guys give Casey all the love and hugs that she deserves, because she is doing great things for this network. And I can't wait to meet everyone and talk to everyone. And I hope you guys have a great day. Have a great one.
Hey everyone, I'm getting my camera situation set, but Akea is fire, y'all. Akea, first of all, I gotta say, y'all send prayers, love and light her way. Akea just actually went to the ER. She has a stomach virus, so we thank God it is just that. But she told me to tell all y'all she's so sorry that she can't do the Q&A right now, even though it's only gonna be 10 minutes. She's hurt, because anybody that was here in December, Akea snatched our edges with the virtual vision board parties. Okay. She like went in, but we came out with these amazing vision boards that really revved us up for the top of 2022. So y'all send all the love her way. But in true Blaze Tribe is an expert in strategy who's going to come to the stage. Pakita is her name. She is super, super fire. So I'm going to punt these questions over to Pakita. Blaze is building leaders and accepting zero excuses, and that's how we show up in the world. We just do that thing. All right. So P, maybe just hit the hand button, P, and I'll bring you up, and then I'll start bringing these questions to the stage and fix my camera. All right. I see you, P. I'm bringing you up.
Can you guys hear me? Hey, ladies. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Y'all, so whenever Casey calls, you just jump. You just put on a shirt that's appropriate to be in front of you, and you jump.
I love you, though. I love you, P. And y'all in good hands. Fakita has more in her pinky, okay, than companies executives have in their entire tenure. Okay, this is in her pinky. So, without further ado, I'm gonna actually garnered a whole lot of questions, and P, I know you got them. So first one I'm gonna put up from Tiffany Brown. She asks, "What do you do when the idea is there, but you're stuck with execution?"
Ooh, what do you do when the idea is there and you're stuck with the execution? I think one of the big issues that we usually have with execution is we have not really clarified what the idea is. Knowing the what and the why behind a thing before you start driving is so essential. Liken it to a road trip. Um, you may certainly know where it is that you want to go, but the details of the roads that you need to take, the proper highways, what states you need to travel through. All of that is in the planning, and all of that becomes really essential. You need to know if there are any detours up ahead. So making sure that you can clarify exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish, and then map out the steps that are going to be essential to getting to the actual goal.
That's good. That's good. Thank you so much, Tiff, for that question. I hope that was helpful. Now I'm gonna pivot to Chanel. She asks, "How should I hold myself accountable daily to the vision that I create?"
Listen, holding yourself accountable, I think, starts with giving yourself grace uh, and permission to make mistakes and have to regroup and start all over again. I think sometimes um, we have we're inundated with toxic productivity and toxic positivity, forcing us into a mode that, like, if you don't get stuff done and if you don't show the world that you're doing something, then you're a failure. Holding yourself accountable also gives yourself grace to recognize, hey, I'm still having a very human experience, and I am trying. I am making a concerted effort every day or every week or whatever my cycle is. Um, I would say I usually tell people I believe on the weekly top 10. I do not believe that you need to be forcing yourself to take on a bunch of tasks just for the sake of saying that you've been able to do something. You know what your capacity is and what your bandwidth is, and so you need to leverage your own time, leverage your own schedule and your own experience. So you can hold yourself accountable to 1 to 2 things a day, right? I woke up and I fixed breakfast and I made my bed. If you're able to accomplish those things today, then tomorrow, you know, I have the capacity to fix myself breakfast and make my bed. Tomorrow, I can fix myself make my bed, and maybe I can put in something. I can take a 10-minute walk. If you're able to do those things, focus on the increment. Stop. We got to get away from the pressure to try and take down the mountain. No, you take down the mountain a stone at a time. Focus on the stones that you can handle. That's how you hold yourself accountable.
Pakita, I love when you say focus on the increment. That is
Yeah,
so much like less intimidating. Like focus on the increment, and I agree with that.
yeah,
Y'all, the worst thing you can do, the worst thing you can do is to sit down and just wait because you're worried about perfection, right? Like just do something, like something, even if it's
yeah,
processing something, right? Or making a list or bumping your ideas off with somebody for feedback, right? Like, 'cause that's important. That's how iPhone knows what updates to make because we complaining on Twitter, right? Do something. That's so good,
and
Pakita.
even if you have
And
to
Chanel,
change the something after you do it, you've done it. And
yup.
now you know, oh, that doesn't work for me. So let me go ahead and change something and do something different.
Ashe, Ashe. I agree 100%. Okay. And then we're moving over to Sharlita. I'm putting your question on the stage, Sharlita. She asks, what about if you're struggling with an idea for a business? That's a good one.
So I used to take yoga many moons ago. I used to take yoga. And my yoga instructor told me if there is resistance in your breath, then your positioning is wrong. So if you're struggling with the idea of a thing, um, if there's resistance in the breath, then perhaps the positioning is wrong. Perhaps it's not time, or perhaps you've not fully elaborated on the ideas and the tasks to be able to develop the business. Perhaps you are distracted with somebody else's journey and you're trying to intertwine that into something that you want to do and it's not working out because you're taking their experience and trying to make it your own. If there's resistance, perhaps that is God, that is the universe, that is your soul telling you that, oh, this is not right, and we're not ready to move forward on that. Resistance certainly helps to build muscle and it makes us stronger, but it can also hurt you if you don't have the proper form, if you haven't stretched, if there's not enough awareness. So if you're still struggling to execute, if you're still struggling to produce or move forward, make sure that this is you trying to move forward and trying to create something and that it's not an external experience trying to, box you into something and make you think, oh, this is what you should be doing because so and so is doing it and it's working for so and so. So your business needs to look like this. Um, Starting a business is like having a child. And so it would be a shame for you as a mother to make one child try to fit the same mold as another child. I remember when my kids were younger, I did hand-me-downs, and so I wanted my kids to do hand-me-downs. I was damaging my daughter's poor little feet because I thought she could fit her feet. So the same age, she'd be able to fit her new shoes. Mm-mm. It doesn't always work. So make sure that the resistance is natural and it's organic and it's not forced from some external experience.
I told y'all she got more in her pinky than folk got after years. Okay, so I was caught up in the sauce. We actually have to go to another session, y'all. But Fakita, thank you so much, y'all. Fakita is part of the Blaze tribe, and we love her to death. We love her to death. Thank you so much, Fakita. Y'all, we got to
I
run
love
over to the next
you.
session to stay on schedule.
Bye, ladies.
Bye. Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.